Yo, 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 what's going on, my peoples? It's your girl, Ryder Creator, coming back with another one. So today, I wanted to touch on something a little different today. I wanted to break down what I'm into as far as numbers go, how all that goes. Um, I'm well versed in a lot of things um, that reveal things about people. Numbers being one of them. I wanted to break down what happened because I had just saw something and noticed something today about big Jook's numbers. And so I'm going to get into that a little later. But first, I'm just going to break down a little bit, just to kind of try to give you a little roundabout synopsis of what I'm trying to say today and what I'm um, bringing forth today. So, so everybody, I'm first of all, my channel is a channel that is designed to enlighten everyone of their spiritual power and try to help you develop that to the highest and the best of your capabilities. So I'm just gonna tell you all a little bit about myself for the people that might not remember or might not know. So, firstly, I'm well versed in numbers, but I'm gonna break down the other two things that I'm really well versed in. I got a lot of gifts, but this is not a time nor a place for that. I'm really talking about anything that helps me see people or read people or have knowledge about people. So first, I'm well versed in my God-given gift, which is I have the ability to see through people. That might sound crazy to some people, but I'm gonna break that down when you understand it. So I have the ability to look in somebody's eyes. A person I never met. I could do this through pictures too. A person I never met before and just see all about them, like see straight through them. So that's a God given talent. I can see the good, the bad, their ups, their downs, their highs, their lows, their strengths, their weaknesses. Did I say the good, the bad? I mean, whether they are perv, whether they like SAers, whether they are RAPISTS, whether they are KILLERS. Like I could see so many things. You know how people put on a mask and meet people every day? I could see all of that. And I also could see their emotional state. Um, I could see what's going on with them. But everything that people wear these masks to disguise, I see straight through that at a first glance. At a glance. I was just telling somebody today that they had the same gifts I have because that person just sees it as they watch people or pay attention to people. But no, you see through people. You see beyond their exterior into their soul. That is a gift from God that most people don't have. So, yeah, I was just saying that today. But anyway, that's one gift that I use to read people, to see through people. I'm also well versed in astrology. So, but my version of astrology is not, oh, I'm doing charts. I mean, I know how to read the charts, I know how to do the charts, but that's not really what I'm on. When it comes to astrology, I have my own philosophies. So I don't really go to a book for knowledge. I actually study people for the knowledge. From being with the people and around the people, I learn different things about their characteristics, about who they are, all those type of things from people themselves, from living with them, existing with them, mingling with them. So that's another thing that I'm on. Now, last but not least, I've been trained by one of the best. Um, my mama calls him the prophet. Okay. His name is Ben Ray Williams. I've been trained by one of the best in numerology. So I am advanced in numerology. I'm well versed in numerology. Now, numerology is the breakdown in numbers to tell you what I know about you and about people, about situations, about things. But like what you're going through in life and things like that, numbers tell a story as well. But I also pay attention to the patterns. Like I've always been a math nerd, so when I look at numbers, um, I see the pattern in them. Like in school, I used to get all A's in math. So you know what I mean? Like I always been attracted to numbers. I always it's been easy for me to see the pattern and everything. When we used to take them little tests, what's the pattern? What's the next thing that comes next? Like all that, I used to do good in that type of stuff. So, but also they have a pattern, and if you're not paying attention, they could go right by you. So I wanted to touch on that and break down what I mean by that. So, um, I'm gonna first tell other people try other types of number patterns or number things to tell a story, but I'm not talking about what they're talking about, like things like gematria and stuff like that. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally seeing the pattern. So I'm gonna break it down a little bit in another story before I get on to Big Jook's numbers on something that I found out today that really shocked me. So that made me understand that it's a pattern. And with the pattern, it has a signature. It usually points at somebody. I'm gonna break this down for you. So a few years ago, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 years ago, I used to watch this guy named Michael Imhotep. I don't know if he's Dr. Michael Imhotep or if it's Michael Imhotep, but either way, I used to watch him. He's a person that is well versed in African American history, and he's also into what I'm into, which is Kemetic spirituality, because hence the last name Imhotep, which means peace. It means peace in our spirituality. So, or I come in peace, or I am peace. I represent peace like that. So anyway, um, I was watching him one day, but this was like 2 or 3 years ago. I was watching him one day. He was doing a special on Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So he was showing when Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Muhammad Ali were standing up. I can't remember if it was only Rev Doc out there or was it Rev Doc and Muhammad Ali out there. But this was on like an old show, like the Ed Sullivan show or something like that. So at the time, I'm just gonna give a little short synopsis of what happened. So when Rev Doc came out there, I don't know if Muhammad Ali was sitting on the couch there or what, but I just remember when Rev Doc came out there, Ed Sullivan, I'm gonna say it's him. I'm not sure if it's him, but I'm just gonna say that's him. So Ed Sullivan was like, "What was y'all talking about back there? You know, talking about Muhammad Ali." He's like, "Oh, that's my brother." What I loved about this is, first of all, they showed their alliances for each other, that they are one unit, even if they from different sectors of different things, they are all one unit and they all fight for the same purpose. So Rev Doc was like, "Oh, that's my brother." I love the way he handled this man trying to get all up in our business. What were you talking about? Like, he's like, "Oh, that's my brother." And we was talking about how unjust and this and that this war is, the talking about the Vietnam War. Now, the war might not have been in action yet, but it might have. I'm not sure. And this had to be before Muhammad Ali was drafted, because um, he would have been into it with the government. He wouldn't have been able to do his rounds on the show. So this before they drafted him. So I asked, I was watching this on um, Michael Imhotep's channel. So I was like, what is the date of this? I don't know why I asked that. I said, when was this? But he was saying this is the first time that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke out in opposition against the Vietnam War. So for some reason, I asked what day it was or what was the date of this, right? I don't know if I wanted to see it or go find it in archives or what, but he said that this happened on 4/4/1945. 1967. I was like, are you serious? Are you sure? And he went and did something like he was looking at something to double check something. I don't know if he wrote down the right number or if that was the wrong number. But what he told me was it was April the 4th, 1967. So I said, it's no accident. I don't think that's a coincidence that he spoke out in opposition to the Vietnam War on 4/4/1967, and a year to the very day he was assassinated in 1968. So I don't know if that date was actually accurate, but that is what I was told by this man. So that's what I mean by numbers have a pattern. They tell a story and they have a pattern and they have a signature. And what I meant by that is, so when he spoke out against the opposition, in opposition of the war in Vietnam, who would have been angered or upset by this? And remember, Muhammad Ali was speaking out with him. This was all on one show. So who would have been who would have been upset with his opposing of this war? Who would have affected and who would have had beef with him for doing that? It would have been the government. So, so who do you think was responsible for his assassination on 4/4/1968? I'm going to leave that to your interpretation, but I'm trying to tell you, it has a signature and it actually points to people. Now, I'm going to move on to Big Jook real quick. So, I said that to try to break down what I'm trying to say right now. So when it comes to Big Jook, I was watching somebody, I don't even know what the piece was on no more. But all I remember is that he was saying everybody thinks that Big Jook wasn't in no type of trouble, but he had a court date too for March 11th, right? And I'm like, what? So when it said March 11th, I'm thinking like, wait a minute. So the person, and now I also don't know that for a fact because I did not research when was Big Jook's court date or whatever. But he kept saying this as if he checked and he was sure. So he was like, it is from March 11th. So that's the number 311. That's also Alexis Ware's birthday. The young lady who went missing from South Carolina, I believe it was. Was it South Carolina? It was. Yep, from South Carolina. From Greenville or Greenwood, I can't remember. Greenville. Greenville, South Carolina. So anyway, no relation to this whole story, but I just wanted to shout that out. So he had a court date on 3/11, right? How about guess when he was assassinated, y'all? Guess when that man was assassinated? So you can understand the signature and the pattern. Big Jook was assassinated on Saturday, January the 13th, which is the opposite of 3/11. 3/11, 1/13. So this is a pattern. This is a signature. And like I said before, the signature usually points to something. So whoever did it, it has something to do with that court date. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I heard all the different speculations and stuff they were saying, people were saying about this. They were saying that now it's a lot of wild speculations. I don't know it to be true. I don't know if it's not true. Matter of fact, I remember what I was watching today. I was watching a guy by the name of Hookah Anonymous. So he was talking about um Moneybag Yo or somebody like that was releasing this cryptic message that he finds chilling now that Big Jook is gone. So he felt like he was trying to tell him something. I felt like the way it was being presented was like Moneybag Yo felt like Big Jook was trying to tell him something. He was telling him something like, trust no one. not even your family. Sometimes the ones you love the most or you think that love you the most are not really in your corner or something like that. So he said, trust no one. Now, I'm not saying that really means anything. I'm just saying this is what Moneybag Yo posted. Okay, he posted this on something. The just put that to the light, and I thought it was crazy that he did that because that got Moneybag Yo's mind churning, and he might be looking sideways within his camp. Okay, so so the one thing I do know is Moneybag Yo is somewhat right in what he's thinking and how he's thinking, because most definitely the person responsible for the assassination of Big Jook is definitely somebody that has something to lose by him going to um, court for the criminal trial for what this whole situation with everybody, that the assassination of young Dolph, and all of that being tied together plays some type of important role into why Big Jook was assassinated. This is what I mean by numbers have a signature, because the fact that it's 3/11 is his court date and 1/13 is when he was assassinated. And this is like some subconscious, like this is subconscious shit. Motherfuckers do not pick up on this. They do not understand what is being presented in front of them. And if you don't pay close enough attention, it can slip right by you. But I think it's no coincidence that Big Jook was assassinated on 1/13 and his court date was 3/11. I believe that the connection and how it ties together and how you connect the dots is that the person who assassinated him had a problem with him coming to court on 3/11, or was trying to prevent him from coming to court on 3/11, or did not trust what was going to be revealed or said by Jook on 3/11 in that court case. And I'm trying to tell you, it's some connection. Now, I'm not going to say, oh, I think Gotti did it, because people saying stuff like that. I'm not saying, oh, Gotti did it. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I really don't know who it is. But what I do know is whoever did it is connected to this court case. And they felt like it was a risk they wasn't willing to take. And that's why Big Jook not here right now. Now, I'm not saying, oh, he should be here, whatever. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Whatever happened, happened. I see it as karma for what happened to young Dolph. I really feel like that. It's karma for Dolph. But I'm going to tell you this. Whoever did it is tied to that court case on 3/11. So I just want to come through real quick. I'll just drop a little bit of knowledge in y'all and enlighten y'all on what I meant by numbers tell a story. Numbers have a signature. Numbers come together to connect the dots. Numbers point at something, and you got to pay attention to the pattern of the numbers. And it's more things. Ooh, if I really broke down and did a numerology of uh the date that he passed, I wonder if it would tell me something. Should I do that? No, just leave it like that. Yeah, I don't want to get too deep too quick, but I just wanted to tell y'all how these numbers come together to mean something. So that's it for today. I appreciate y'all for busting it up and coming through. Whoever came through, I appreciate it. Let me hurry up, and I don't know why I keep doing this with my corny self. I keep on forgetting my banner. So that's it for today. I appreciate y'all for busting it up. The people that came through, it was appreciated. Thank you for checking me out. I hope y'all really go back and listen. It's only about 20 minutes long, but listen to what I'm saying about the numbers. Like, I'm not trying to put y'all on conspiracies, but pay attention to the patterns. So, numbers have patterns too. The earth has patterns, the universe has patterns, astrology has patterns. You being able to see through people has patterns. I don't know if y'all can, but I can. But everything in this world has patterns. Pay attention to the patterns of everything. So, thank you for busting up with me. If you wish to support the channel, you see the Cash App scrolling across the bottom. I also have another way that you can give through PayPal. It's listed in my description box. If you wish to contact me, I have two ways you can contact me on my description box. And thank you. I appreciate y'all for busting up with me. I love y'all forever. Mwah. Peace.